We live, baby. We live. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to the Crypto Remora. This is our Monday, excuse me, I almost said Thursday. Monday live stream. My name is Wes, and I'm here with Siri Crypto. What's going on, Siri? How you doing, sir? The mic is muted, but I got you, brother. Boom.
Unmute mic. There we go. Is that better? Is that better?
There you go. I can hear. I can hear you, man.
I was gonna say, man. So I'm doing fantastic. I'm very, very thrilled to know that there are a lot of haters out there on the Bitcoin rally. There's a lot of haters on the Ethereum front. There's a lot of boomers that are very upset that stupid Bitcoin is, doing things that their other assets would never imagine to do, and people that are upset that other nice people have been telling them to buy early on. And you know what? It's one of them things, if you didn't listen to a nice person that was trying to help you, then you deserve to buy in higher. And that's what it is. But we have a lot to talk about today, Wes. So I just want to do a plug. Yeah. Wes usually does the whole intro and stuff for you guys because he's just got the better voice for that.
That's a lie.
And the better face. He's got the better face for it. But I'm going to take a swing at it. I'm going to do a rundown. I'm just gonna do
Let's
a
do it, man.
rundown because
Let's
I
do it.
watch these other shows and they tell you what they're gonna go over in the beginning, and then they go over it later on. I'm like, man, these guys do good. Patrick Bet
We
David.
did that for a long time, man.
Well,
We
you
did
do
that for a
that.
long time.
I don't generally do that. I just kind
Let's
of
do
rant,
it.
but
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm trying to focus, but I want to give a shout out, dude. These guys gave us a huge plug. They gave the Crypto Remora a huge plug on Spaces the other night. A really good plug for our show, and we just really wanted to say thank you for that to Crypto Twitter. I was already holding the project, to be honest, before I even went on the Spaces, but we're definitely going to look. That's going to be a topic we're diving into on today's show, and possibly on a weekly account because I am now I'm a holder. I'm a believer. So it's going to go in the it's already on the meme coin list when we start looking at our meme coins in our episodes, you guys. So I definitely want to look at Crypto Twitter, but more importantly, I wanted to talk for a second about them. So speaking of haters, there's going to be a lot of haters in the Bitcoin space that are going to just, even though they're going to be hating and mad, they're still going to join, right? They're going to join. They're just going to be pissed off that they're late to the party.
Right.
This is one you do not want to be late to the party. I feel I could, it's do your own research, you guys. I'm not going to overshill something, but the concept behind this coin is so simple that it'll piss you off because you didn't think of it, and it's freaking genius. This guy, and then once you get in the Spaces and you listen to these guys, they
super smart, dude.
I just like the way they help the noobs, dude. They're actually helping onboard noobs, to crypto. But I mean, what a smart idea to freaking have a coin, right? Because everybody and their mother puts a coin out and just doesn't do shit. Oh, I promise I'm here for the community. I promise I won't rug. I promise this. I promise that. Right? These guys knew their promise every single day. And that, just the concept of that, I feel like there's going to be copycats of these guys. Like, I think these guys are going to start a freaking trend. I think people are going to start copying what these guys are doing because it's freaking smart. Like, release a coin, and then look, how do you know that the devs are going to be there or the founders are going to be there? Because at 10 o'clock every night, without missing a dot, they have done a live Spaces, and they have people every single night, and that's a consistency that you can't fake that, right? And just so you backstory on Crypto Remora, you guys, just so if you didn't know, Wes was the original idea saying, let's do a show, let's do a podcast, let's do a thing. And I was just like, whoa, man, the channel's a lot of commitment. I got 2 bands, I got 3 bands, I got other stuff going on. I don't know if I can commit. And he's like, no, let's do it. And I said, Wes, if you can commit for 1 full year, and I apologize now for making, because we wasted a year. But I wanted to see if Wes would fully commit first, because I knew the amount of work that it takes to do something like this, you guys. This is not for the faint of heart. You can't get upset and then just quit because, you're upset one day. Today is my mom's birthday. She passed away last year. This is her birthday. That's no excuse for me to miss a stream. My mom would kick my butt if I didn't stream, right? There's no excuses when you're committed to something. And Wes was committed. He called me once a week. I said, if you call me once a week, every week for a 1 year, one year straight, I'll do this podcast thing with you. I'll do this YouTube channel. I'll believe in the fact that you're committed and you show me commitment. And that's what Wes did. He called me every Thursday night, man. So that's how we started our Thursday night stream, you guys, because it was Wes's only free time. Now looking back, I wish we just would have done it, but I had to know that he was committed and I was committed. And so that's how we started. But these guys stream every single night at 10 p.m. on Crypto Twitter. They're not stream, but on Spaces. They also have a YouTube channel, podcast, which the Crypto Remora has been invited on, by the way. They let us know that they would like us to come on their show. And I said, that would be awesome, Wes. So we will probably go on their podcast and vice versa, bring them on here. But what an incredible idea. I'm not going to overshill it because I need to buy some more bags first. But we'll look at some tea. I just wanted to say that it was a fun experience speaking in their Spaces, and I felt like there was a lot of other people in the spaces that felt the same way I did about the name, the coin, the concept, and such a simple idea, but what a freaking stud of an idea, bro. To drop a coin and then be like, look, I'm here every day with my community. Because then your bag holders are there and they're like, are they coming on tonight? Yep, they're on tonight. I think they're going on episode number 90 today. So they've got 90 days in, which is pretty damn impressive. So kudos to them. Hats off to them. I say them, but it's me now because I am a holder and a believer. But all-time highs on Bitcoin, you guys. So we will look at some meme coins. We're going to look at Bitcoin. Wes, do we have any other big news that we need to talk about on today's show? Anything major?
I mean, Bitcoin making an all-time high. We've got MicroStrategy buying up more Bitcoin. Man, the HyperLiquid ecosystem is absolutely exploding. There's a lot of money flowing into that ecosystem, and there's a huge opportunity there. I mean, there's tokens going live on the HyperLiquid exchange like every 24 hours, and I'm talking like $300,000 market cap, $100 market cap tokens that I believe is probably going to be the biggest opportunity here in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. They actually just passed, I want to say, was it Base? It was somebody huge, man. They just passed in TVL. There was a lot of people didn't see that coming. This is something we talked about before. I've even put it on a video on one of the airdrop videos like 8 months ago, dude. I've been on HyperLiquid since November of last year. And it paid off, man. You gotta, it's like Siri's saying, man, you have to put commitment in, show up every single day, man. Like these guys are doing. The token that Siri's talking about is the official CT coin on Sol. What is it? What's their @ symbol? CT coin official is their @ symbol, and it is a Solana meme coin. And these guys are super smart. So yeah, definitely check those guys out. They do it every night, 10 o'clock. Sierra plugged me into them, and these guys are official for real. I love the macro view that they have, but there's a lot of things happening right now, man. A lot of things happening right now. I know we get our interest rate cuts are coming this week, so we're going to be getting that soon. I mean, there's a lot of things that are adding up that are definitely. Look, we had World Finance. We were just talking about them last week. President Trump, dude, he just bought Ondo. Like these are coins that we've talked about, guys. These are coins that we talk about all the time. And there's a ton of opportunity here. People are fading Ethereum. Ethereum just broke its inflow record from the ETFs, man. Like these guys are buying and they're catching everybody off guard because they're not paying attention, man. So that's what we do here, man. We follow the smart money and we follow these projects that we know that are good projects to be convicted into. And I think that, I just wanted to put that out there, man, that pay attention, man. Pay attention, guys.
GMB. Okay, you guys. I don't know if you're just listening or tuning in right now. We just had a bunch of viewers come in. Bitcoin's at 106,700 and on its way up to 107. If you guys remember what we said last week on Thursday's show, when we were going over price targets, I said something very specific on, I believe, Monday's show. The price action was kind of whatever, blase. I said
sideways. Yeah, no trade.
Sideways. We said no trade zone until Thursday. Let's give it 2 full days and see what the price action holds. And then after that, I said if the move is going to go up, we're heading to 115, 116. And that everyone thought I was crazy, but now look at you. You're at 106 on your way to 107 possibly. The price target for that cup and handle was between 112 and $116,000. So to be at 105, 106,
like 120 or something.
It was actually 120 if you go all the way to the tippy top. But I was being conservative in saying around $115,000 Bitcoin. We've been preaching this since $15,000 last year, you guys. So this is not a shock. We are not like, oh, it's lucky. Bitcoin's lucky because it's at 106. No. Okay. This is not a luck thing. This is a numbers thing. So for those of you just tuning in that are just now into crypto, welcome to the party. You're not quite late.
Welcome.
You're not quite late. You're not as early as you could have been, but you're definitely still before the norms because there's still a lot of people that even though they regret they didn't buy last year, they still haven't bought yet. They're still not even in yet. Like, what's it going to take? These people probably won't come in until Bitcoin passes $200,000, and then at 200,000 they're going to come in. And that's part of that super cycle theory everyone keeps talking about. Everyone keeps saying super cycle. It ain't a super cycle.
With that.
It's not a super cycle. What it is game theory. And game theory is what's going to get. That's why I said $275,000 is my price target. And if you listen now, there's a lot of guys coming out saying that, before it was 100,000, 150, now everybody's jumping on the 250 bandwagon. I was at 275 last year. And Wes, you're my witness on that, bro. I still do believe.
No, he said 275 conservatively, and mine was 140 to 160. Like, and I still think that 160, I still think that's still a good target, man. I just can't wrap my head around the 200K plus, but I'm not bullish enough, man.
It's coming, man.
When I'm wrong, I'll admit it.
It's coming. It's the reason I feel it's coming is because the same reason I feel that once you pass 200, the ride up to 275 ain't going to be shit. It'll be less than I'm talking like within a week or two, that kind of FOMO, because that's when, but see, that's what's going to take for retail. Cause it's a prime example. I talked to a buddy of mine the other day. I made him sit down, Mitch, you know him. I made him sit down next to me at the bar. I said, "You going to tell me you're stupid?" And he said, "I'm stupid." "You going to tell me you should have listened to me last year?" He said, "I should have listened to you last year." Because I told him at 15K. I told him 15K to get a wallet and buy some Bitcoin. And he didn't do it. And then he was like, "Man, you told me to get it at $15,000. And I sat here all year and watched it go up to $100,000. And I didn't." He said, "I'm stupid. I'm stupid." I said, "Well, did you buy any yet?" And you know what he said? "Nope, he hasn't bought yet." So someone that's even been watching,
what blows my mind, though, man, is that's what I don't understand, man. Like, are you really gonna wait for a pullback? And even if we get the pullback, you're just gonna tell yourself that it's going lower, to wait for it to go lower. Just go ahead and start DCAing in now, man. If we really do think that the prices are going, we know that they're going at least 140. I mean, that's kind of a given. I mean, I think that, we'll at least go to 140. That's still a significant gain, man, even if you got in right now.
Absolutely. And I think that's going to trigger the thing when people see that it's at 100 and it's starting to go up a little at 105, 106, 107, 110, 115, 120, 150. When it keeps doing that, the more and more that retail sees that is the more and more people are going to FOMO in. And GMB, what is up, my friend? It's good to see you in here. Smash the likes. Listen to GMB. He's trying to help the channel. It helps our algorithm out. But yeah, I agree, Wes. I think price targets are on point. I think we're getting a nice pump. We will look at some Bitcoin TA. Do we have any Treasure DAO announcements or anything? I know the chain is live.
Not just it's just a recap of what we went over last week. Was just go mint some of those cartridges, man. They're still live right now. I think today, Calamity was today or yesterday, and kind of today, and then later on is not Small. Is it Small? No, who's today? Anyways, just go there and mint them, man. We posted it on our X, dude. Go there and start minting some of those cartridges. I do think that there could possibly be some kind of reward there for doing so.
And this brings me to the next thing real quick, because we will look at the price targets for Bitcoin, and we're going to look at crypto Twitter, price action, and a couple other meme coins. But something I wanted to say, because it's actually happening in real time right now, is that this Bitcoin dominance discussion that I always bust balls on, I'm starting to get a more of a feel of it now, because I open it up and I look at total global market cap is at almost 4. We're like almost at 4, I think. 3.927. Bitcoin's at 107, and I'm looking at my alts, and I'm like, what the hell's going on with my alts? Why are my alts just freaking on snooze right now? And I guess, like Wes is saying, but here's the weird thing. When you get into crypto, everybody tells you they show you that chart, right? Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then the high caps, then the mid caps, then the low caps, then they roll it back into Bitcoin. So now, after 3 or 4 years being in crypto, I'm just now starting to understand that rotation. And I think that's what the Bitcoin dominance chart really is. The Bitcoin dominance chart is smart hodlers riding it up. They're riding Bitcoin up. as more money comes in, and then they're
That
pulling
just shows
some.
you when the altcoin season is going to start. That's all you really use that for, and that's
But
that
it
rotation.
happens. I think it happens in a smaller term too. Like, in other words, I think that happens on a weekly basis because these guys have been in crypto 5
Yeah.
6 years.
Mm,
Every week, like right now, we're getting a weekly pump. Bitcoin went from 91 up to 106. So some
mm.
of these guys are probably going to take, let's say, 5% of their gains and pull it out of Bitcoin. And they're going to go, oh, look, Solana's at 222 right now. I'm
Yeah.
going to go buy some Solana. And then they're rolling it, into Solana. And then what happens is Solana's price starts to roll up, right? And then the meme coins on Solana start to roll up. So I think these little mini alt seasons happen on a much faster basis than what they used to happen. I think back in the day, it was, oh, we having an alt season, right? And it was after one huge run on Bitcoin, then the alts would have one huge run. I don't think that's what we're going to see in this bull market. I think what we're going to see in this bull market is several mini alt seasons. And every time Bitcoin runs up, I think a lot of guys are going to pull some of that profit out, roll it into the lower and mid cap, because I know that's what I'm doing. I mean, I don't have much
Yeah.
Bitcoin because I'm more into the lower caps for this run personally, but I know the little bit of Bitcoin I had when it rolled up to 106, 107. I did that. I pulled some profit out of it, and I went and bought CT. Let's go. I mean, so I'm just saying, I'm not telling you to sell your Bitcoin for altcoins, you guys. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm just telling you that's what I did. Okay, that was my move because that's the situation I'm in for just what I have to do. I have to take a little more risk right now. I have no choice. But as far as the moves go on this Bitcoin dominance, I think you get a pause when Bitcoin hits that 116, 120, like 125. Bitcoin gets up around 125,000. I think you're going to see a mini altcoin season run. But I want to know what your thoughts are on that, Wes. I want to know what you see in the charts. If you agree with that, or do you think that the alts are just going to stay parked until Bitcoin is done running all the way? And then the Bitcoin dominance crashes because Bitcoin's just said, okay, that's it. Like, in other words, is Bitcoin just going to run until the top, or is it going to run and then have a little correction, and then on the correction we have an alt season? Because that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Bitcoin will run, cool off, and then we have a mini alt season. Then Bitcoin will run, cool off, we have another mini alt season. That's what I feel like is going to happen on this bull run. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think right now, man, just especially looking at the charts here, we just finally started making a lower low on a weekly time frame and went for Bitcoin dominance. So when Bitcoin dominance is going down, that's when you see the altcoins rallying, and that's just how it is. That's how it is every single cycle. And I think that until that cycle breaks, we talk about it all the time, Siri. Until that cycle breaks, I'm just gonna keep going off of it. Like, it does this every single time. So why fade it whenever it starts to do it again? You know what I mean? Right now we're sitting around 57. I think we topped out around 61, 62, if I'm not mistaken, on the dominance chart. But I think that it stays the same. It does the same exact thing that it's done every single cycle. The only thing is the dominance towards it gets a little weaker, especially ETH to Bitcoin, because you have all of these other altcoins coming in. So it kind of takes some of that value away from ETH or whatever. So that chart looks a little bit different, but I think that a lot of people are saying, this 115 level, 115 to 116, 17, 18. They're calling this, 115 level. I've seen it on a few posts, and that could happen, man. But I think that they're going to fake a lot of people out with this altcoin season. I think that people are going to, they're going to make it to where people are FOMOing back into Bitcoin instead of these altcoins. You're going to see a lot of money flowing out of these altcoins from retail, I think, before Bitcoin dominance really starts to drop like it's supposed to, like it normally does. And we're seeing whale movement, man. Whale movement is selling against this trend. You know what I mean? Like, the trend, Bitcoin price is going up, they're selling their Bitcoin, and retail is starting to buy. So we're starting to see that little flip. And then what's going to happen is the whales are going to start buying the altcoins because they know what's going to happen next, right? They're smart. They know what's going to happen next. And that's what I think is going to happen. And it happens every single cycle. Everybody's seeing Bitcoin take the lead, and then they're like, why the hell did I hold on to all these altcoins? Then they're going to start shifting that money back into Bitcoin. That's when dominance is going to drop, and then smart money's putting their money into the altcoins.
Yeah, that makes sense, because then it's almost like you're counter trading to your own disadvantage, right? That's the true definition of FOMO, you guys. What Wes is talking about, you want to really avoid doing. You do not want to do this, because you'll out trade yourself. You'll trick yourself out. You'll fake yourself out, and then before you know it, Uniswap's getting all your money. Ethereum's getting all your money. And if you're doing this, God forbid, on a centralized exchange, like a lot of you beginners are, you're just on Robinhood or crypto.com, and you're sitting there trying to swap in and out. You're paying $3, $4, $5, $6 every single time you're doing this. Plus, you're getting taxed. It's a taxable event every single time you do that. So you're going to kill yourself if you're doing that. Number one, if you find yourself over trading and you're doing that, the first thing you need to do is stop. Number one, stop doing it. Number two, next thing you need to do is get your ass on DeFi. Get you a MetaMask wallet. Get you a Rabby wallet. Get you a Solana Phantom wallet. I don't care what kind of wallet you get. Get your ass on DeFi, because that's going to help you avoid all of those mistakes, right? And you're going to be swapping for pennies on the dollar instead of paying $4 or $5 every time you swap. Maybe you're paying 10 cents, 11 cents, 14 cents, sometimes even cheaper. Arbitrum, you can make a swap. Hell, Solana, if you're sitting there swapping on Solana, I mean, it's under a penny most of the time. I mean, unless slippage is high and all that. But we'll get into that if you guys need questions answered on that. But for beginners, you just need to know the most important thing to do. If you're buying coins on the exchanges, you're buying coins from people like us. You're buying, because we already dollar cost averaged into these coins. We got these coins early, right? So in a way, if you're buying coins from centralized exchanges, you're never going to be early enough. Like, you could still be early buying Pepe or Peanut or whatever, right? You still be early and beat the crowd. But hell, if you were on Phantom, if you were watching Crypto Remora 2 weeks ago, we told you to buy Peanut at 4 cents. I was buying it at 4 cents, right? I still got a nice bag of Peanut. But here's the thing, it hasn't even been listed yet. So you're still not late. But the difference is, do you want to buy something at 4 cents, or do you want to buy it at $1.40? Because it's at $1.40 right now, where you could have bought it at 4 cents had you had a Phantom wallet. So this is the thing that we try to teach the noobs, you guys, and we have tons of videos. Go to our channel. We have a how-to section where we break it down, how to everything, how to download the wallet, everything. It's in our how-to section on our YouTube channel. But without dwelling on that too much, the price action of Bitcoin right now is very exciting. So I'm going to let Wes pull some charts up. We need to see what the honey badger's doing, man. I want to get eyes on. Are you ready to pull something up? So I want to see how she's rolling.
I can, man. I can.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what we're looking at. DMT is finally moving too, by the way.
Here. Yeah, all these altcoins. And it's funny, man, because you see nothing about the bull market's going to make sense, dude. I think that's something that our listeners should know, especially if you're new. Nothing about the bull market's going to make sense. You have Litecoin, like, just get the whole utility and all that shit, throw it away, put it in the back of your mind. Don't even think about it, because who the hell uses Litecoin? You see Litecoin pumping. Who the hell uses Bitcoin Cash? You see Bitcoin Cash pumping. It's not going to make sense. Don't even try to look into it. Like, it's just not, it's pointless to even look at. I think that is super important. Something I just thought about. You're going to start seeing all kinds of crazy shit pumping that has no utility, has no meaning. You know.
One sec, Wes. Hold on.
Are you seeing this? Down in the dirty.
Yeah, down in dirty Squirtle. All right, there we go. All right. Wow, look at that. So we did touch the bottom of that. Oh, this is the dominance chart.
Look at first. I want to look at.
Loki, shut the hell up.
Yeah, that's the dominance chart. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to look at first here. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's just stick with that. This is the dominance chart, man. This is that kind of reversal that I was talking about right here. We're starting to see that that lower leg. As long as we stay here, I can even plot this on the screen here. My targets and what I'm watching. I think that Bitcoin rallies here, and then comes up, gets rejected at this level, which, you know, that is when you see Bitcoin. When this goes up, dominance is going up. That usually means that that Bitcoin's rallying and the alts are just kind of staying still, which you can look and you can see that, you know, Bitcoin's taking the lead on that. And that's what Siri's talking about in between. That's how this chart ebb and flows, and you get the red days, the green days, because sometimes after Bitcoin pumps, then, you know, usually the altcoins pump, and that's why you see that red day on that. But this is on a weekly time frame, and this is what I'm watching now, right? We'll treat this just like we do any other chart, right? So we're looking for our highs and our lows here. And right now, this is it, right? As long as we come up, and what I'm expecting here, again, we drop below this previous area right here, which that was our area of support for the dominance on the weekly time frame. We've dropped below it. I believe we peaked out 61%, 61.5, and we've you know, came all the way down here to 55, and now we're back up about 57. So I'm looking for a rejection between 58 and 59. But I think as long as we get rejected here, we're still looking towards, this could be the beginning of an altcoin season. The bigger altcoin season, not the in-betweens, because that happens too. But I think the longer altcoin season where Bitcoin's still rallying, it's still going up, but the altcoins are just freaking dominating. There's a lot of money flowing into it. Nothing makes sense. You know, people will talk about utility. Nothing makes sense. Don't try to make it make sense. It just doesn't. So that's what I'm watching here on this dominance chart. If we get rejected off of this and start heading back down, if we break below that, then altcoin season's in full swing. I would load up on your altcoins, guys. Load up. I don't think people are really prepared. And if you feel like you missed this Bitcoin thing, because everybody says the same thing, I wish I would have held my Bitcoin before buying the altcoins. I wish I would have loaded up on the Bitcoin before buying the altcoins. And I even felt like that today when I woke up and saw Bitcoin at 106,000 and my altcoins were just fucking dead, sitting still. I'm like, damn, I should have got some damn Bitcoin. And I'm sitting here looking like, what can I trade out for some Bitcoin? But like, don't do that, man, because you're going to fall into that trap that they're planting right here that I was just talking about. You're going to FOMO into the Bitcoin, and then the altcoin season is going to start, and you're going to miss out on that. So this right here is what I'm paying attention to on a weekly time frame. Let's look for a rejection back up at 58, and then fall through this little support here, and altcoin seasons in full swing. This is a weekly chart, so it makes sense. Could be somewhere in the beginning of January or something for that to take place. I just wanted to touch on that real quick.
So what one of the things I did on the mini move west,
yeah.
One of the things I did last or about a month ago was when Bitcoin was 90, it was around like 90 or something like that. When we were around that area, we were eyeing this move up, and I was like, and I DCA'd. I put a decent little chunk back into Bitcoin because I said, let me just play with this. Let me experiment with this. So it was, I put a little pile into Bitcoin, and then I watched it run, and I'm like, and then when I opened my wallet, I'm like, it's actually wrapped Bitcoin on the Solana. You know, I'm turned it into wrapped Bitcoin on the Phantom wallet, but I let it sit there because instead of sitting in USDC, like, oh, let me sit on stables, I was like, let me sit a pile of stables, but make it in Bitcoin instead. Now, when Bitcoin ran up, I was like, okay, I'm going to take 20, 30 bucks and buy some alts. So I'm trying to find my spot in that rotation where the advanced guys are, where they say, oh, well, we roll from Bitcoin to ETH, from ETH to mid caps, from mid caps to low cap. I would love to follow that whole thing down one time successfully and then roll the profits back into Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do, I've already done this a little bit. I've taken some of the profits out of the Bitcoin that's on the side, right? I bought some crypto Twitter today. And then I'm going to buy some more low caps that I see that are on fire sale right now. And not all of it, I'm going to let most of the Bitcoin sit there because I don't think Bitcoin's done running. So I'm going to let most
It's
of it
not.
sit there. But
It's not.
but every time it pumps, Wes, let's just do it. For example, it's $100 because that's what I started with. So for this pump, I'll take 10, 15 bucks out. You see what I'm saying? So it pumped up, everything else is down. I took 10, 15 bucks out. I'm going to roll it into low caps. On the next move, when we go to 120, 130, I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to let that little pile of Bitcoin sit there. Once it goes up, I'm going to pull some of it out and go back into the lows. And then that way the lows will follow up again. So hopefully this little experiment I'm doing, which is swing trading, which is what I happen to be good at. That's the only thing I'm freaking good at, is hodling and swing trading. Wes is the leverage trader. I get 65x crazy and I lose all my money. So I can't. Scary stays away from that. But the hodl mode, I'm in full on hodl mode and I'm in full on swing trade. And I think that could be a play. I just want to let you know that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And the first move I think was pretty successful because, like you said, you wish you were kind of holding a little Bitcoin on this run. So it's like, but see, 2 weeks ago was when I moved into the Bitcoin instead of USDC.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do that with a small amount,
Yeah.
see if it worked. And it's turning out it's working. Let's see if I can do it again on the next move.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys, this is the 20 right here in the middle. You can see we're kind of hitting it now. I just think that this is crucial to pay attention to because a lot of people do get it backwards and then they try to flip and go into Bitcoin. But I say load up on your altcoins, man. If you got a bunch of altcoins and we know that the altcoin rally is soon, like it's going to happen, guys. It's not just not going to happen. I say just keep loading up on your altcoins, man. Don't try to flip it back into Bitcoin. Yes. I mean, Sierra's, that's different because he's been doing it for a long time and he understands how the market moves. If you're new though, man, and you see this and you feel like you're about to FOMO back into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not done rallying. I'm not saying that at all, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that at all. So when we see this drop here, that's more of that's actually the bull this entire time, is because that's been the bear market. Here Bitcoin is still going up, but that is that coin season. But Bitcoin's not going up. Bitcoin's still going up, but the altcoins are just absolutely fucking killing it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to be clear on that. Bitcoin is not done at all. But it will start losing some value towards the altcoins here, including Ethereum. Ethereum's not done, guys. Don't get it twisted here. All right, so CME gap, I do want to point this out. We had one down here between 78 and 82, this big gap here. We got another one that is down here between 103 and 102, 102.5, 103.5. So I do think that this one does. I think we do come back and at least close this one.
I'm getting tired of
hesitant on this one,
dude. I mean, can we close the CME? These freaking boomers, y'all had your damn day, dude. I'm so sick of these gaps, man.
Right.
Gap this, bro. CME.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
There's so much manipulation over there. It's disgusting, bro. Just close the CME. I don't want to close the gap. Just close the CME, man. Shit. Dinosaurs anyway.
Yeah. Right. So there is one thing I'll point out with this, man, that, we were looking at last week is if you look, man, that 0.5 is sitting where that gap is, right? It's sitting at 79, 80,000, right smack in the middle of it. So we were thinking that if we did come back, we thought we were going to get this little pullback. You see, we got that little fake out wick there. And we were thinking that at the most it was going to come down, close the gap at the 0.5. There was also that volume gap to the right that we saw on the volume profile. So it made sense. You know what I mean? It made sense that it come back and close that. But here's what I'm going to say. I think that we need to go higher. I think that we do go higher. We go to that 115, 117 spot. And if we do have our pullback, which I think it was like 20%, 30% is like an average pullback during the bull market, when Bitcoin finally decides to pull back, it's going to be a significant one. So possibly, maybe that could have us where we go up to 120, right? let's see what it would do at 120. I'm going to measure it from here.
It's almost like you want to measure.
So 120, that would bring our
no.
0.5 there, and then our 0.618 to here. Just yeah. So we got that, and then if you do measure say we go to 120, you do measure that 25 to 30%. I mean, look where it goes to. You know what I mean? So I do think that we're going higher, and we possibly could come back and hit that. You know what I mean? But I think we continue higher before we get our little pullback, our massive pullback. We might get that Santa Claus rally, dude. I mean, it's the 16th of
we did say
December.
that. You know, guys, we
could get it, man. Maybe we'll get a white snow too.
We said this last week. If you remember, if you guys were watching last week, we said there was more liquidity on the upside of Bitcoin. We said the market maker, if you're a market maker, would it make sense to go down? And we said, not really, because there wasn't enough incentive for the market makers to drop us down to 80,000 for that CME gap. So we were looking at that gap. We said, no. And if you guys are just new, you don't know what a CME gap is. I'm not a fortune teller on it either. All I know is when the CME closes, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, when they close trading, because they're a bunch of friggin' boomers, and they close, on Saturday and Sunday, and they close at 7 and 8, the price of Bitcoin stops at whenever they close, right? And then whenever they reopen, let's say the price of Bitcoin's higher or lower than where it was, that leaves what's called a gap, a CME gap. So that's what we keep talking about, a gap, which means the market makers that are over there are like, oh, look, we could drop it back down to that price because there was people that wanted to buy it at that price. So it leaves a gap in these charts. So when we're counter trading these gaps, we're thinking about the whales. What are they thinking? Well, it was too stupid for the whales to drop us down to 80,000, but what's not stupid is to run it up to 120,000, like Wes is saying, and then drop, because then you get a triple whammy. You're going to lock in bulls right now. Everyone's going to see 106. It's headed to 120, and people are going to put leverage trades out, and they're going to go 65x long like Sierra, and they're going to get freaking wrecked. And they're going to dump it back down, and probably that's when it will get to 20, 30% correct. I think you're dead on with this, Wes. I think that's exactly what's about to happen. I think they're going to run it up to our price target of 120-ish, and then trap the bulls, and then they're going to we're going to get that first 25 to 30%, like real, like, oh shit, like the humbling correction. We haven't had a humbling correction in a while. So I do think that 25 to 30% correction is coming, but I do think we continue to rally here first. I think they're going to fake the bulls out. And I think everything, as Wes is saying, is what we were saying last week. We're just watching it play out, you guys. We're literally watching it play out, what we kind of said last week. So it's exciting to see. And I don't think it's done, dude. I think we go higher.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Absolutely. I do want to show this right here. ETH finally is giving us something here. Share this. It's just the ETH inflows, and then I want to look at the liquidation charts real quick. Yeah, CME gap. I know. Sucks, man. Let's see. Nope, there it is. So we finally got a positive inflow on ETH. This is our bar, man. This is obviously the green is the inflows from the ETF. Where the hell is mine? There it is. So total we got 618.92 thousand Ethereum in inflows since December 2nd, right? And like Sierra's saying, they closed during the weekend, so we don't see any action in between those days. But you can see who's being the most aggressive. We got BlackRock here buying up. I mean, every single day this month that has been open, BlackRock is buying Ethereum. Grayscale, they've been selling this entire month. They finally, on the 13th, which was Friday, they finally flipped in for the totals. And that's exciting to see, man. They're finally starting to switch and understand the way the market moves. And I think that they're smart, dude. They have teams of people looking at the data and looking at the charts. They have teams of people. They're not going to miss. You see them starting to buy Ethereum. And that's why I just think that we need to pay attention, man. Pay attention to Ethereum. People are going bearish. Don't do it, man. Now's not the time to be bearish on ETH. It's just not.
Oh yeah, we were telling
So
you
I just
guys
wanted to
that.
share that.
Let
And
me
then
pull
let's
up
look
real
at,
quick, Wes, because I might have to jump off here in about 10
yeah,
minutes or so, depending. We're gonna see which way the weather blows.
yeah,
Let me see.
yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I want to pull up crypto
Mhm.
Twitter real quick, you guys, because I promised that we is that the liquidation chart you're looking at? Is that it, Wes?
Yeah,
Pull that up first,
yeah.
and then I'll pull it. Yeah, pull that up, dude.
Okay.
You already have that up, and then I'll look at crypto Twitter. But let's look at that. This is a crucial chart, you guys. Let's look at this. Looks like there's more to the downside now, dude.
Yeah, there is more to the downside. There is. And you know, this is the 24-hour chart. Let's move it to the week. Just see what that looks like.
The weekly, I would think, was above,
And
like where they're going to take us up. Ooh, they already been wrecking it.
Yeah, this is this is the low here is 94.2. So doesn't necessarily mean that that's where we're gonna go. But there's a high likeliness of it. I mean, they want to go where that liquidity is, man, these market makers. So we could be looking at a little big correction here soon. Just based off this heat map.
Yeah,
Just
that other chart.
something to think about there.
So maybe on second thoughts, looking at the heat map, maybe they don't quite let it go to 120. Maybe they just, maybe this is the fake out. Maybe this is the bull trap, right? Maybe 106, 107, people start going, oh, we're going to 110. And then they flip a roo on us. We got to keep our head on either way, you guys. You need to be wary of this. We have a CME gap below us. We've got liquidations below us. And now we are at a point where if the market makers wanted to kind of say, is it worth going down now? That's a pretty big move, you guys. If you go from 106 down to 90, what is it? What you got most? What's the significant level? 94. So that's six.
Yeah.
That's a $12,000 move. And that's a lot of volatility that you could cause. And so what they could be doing right now is honeypotting the bulls and say, oh, look, we're 106. Yeah, we're all wag me. We're going to make, they could be trying to fake us out here and then drop us. And that's, you guys, we're always trying to think ahead of the market so that we can position ourselves. This doesn't mean you have to always trade this. Don't get it twisted. Just because we're telling you that this is what the whales are going to do doesn't mean we're telling you go sell your alts and roll it into USDC to wait for that move. Don't over trade. Just chill. We're just trying to give you the side that we see that the whales might be doing in case, maybe you didn't pay your car insurance this month and you bought that shit coin, right? Like you put your car insurance money in that shit coin, which you're not supposed to do. But now you're thinking, all right, let me watch my boys. Let me see, what should I do? Should I pull that out now and just go ahead and pay the car insurance? If that was your decision, I would say, yeah, pay the car insurance. Take it out, pay the car insurance. Just now, just in case. If it rallies, you can cuss me out later. Say, Sierra, you told me to pay my damn car insurance. But the reality of the situation is alts are down a little bit. Bitcoin's up a little bit. But we do have some red flags to the downside. Yep. Not calling for a bearish move, just saying you need to be aware. And now I'm going to pull up crypto Twitter, West. But while I'm pulling it up, I would appreciate it if you can try to find me crypto Twitter USDC or USDT, because all I'm able to find on Deck Screener is crypto Twitter /Solana. So I don't know if there is a pair available for that, but I'm going to share my screen real quick and do some 5-minute TA on one of my new favorites here. Let me bring this up.
I do just want to say, man, there was a mass liquidation that just happened. Don't put too much weight on this. You know what I mean? It's like we said, you don't really want to short in a bull market or long in a bear market. Like just keep that in mind. They could, just because there's a lot of liquidity there, I mean, it could be beneficial for them to the price to keep going up as well. I mean, that depends. All these people are buying Bitcoin, man. They're loading up on Bitcoin to put on their balance sheets, and they don't want it to go down. The only reason they'd want it to go down is to buy more. But we just have to see, man. We have to see. But that could be an opportunity for the altcoins, things to shift and to let the altcoins kind of take the lead here. But yeah.
Okay, so I got two possible moves here. I do think CT coin goes here eventually. However, I am looking at this flag right here. It's normally I would say that this is more bearish of a flag, to be honest with you, only because it's got that slant of that kickback slant, right? In other words, you kind of see this move here where it's doing like that, and then you got that other kickback, almost like a like this here. Whenever I see that kind of shape where it's kind of leaning backwards, to me, it looks more bearish only because you had a huge run. You had this cool off, and it's like this. So it does take shape more of a bear flag. However, you already had, you're coming out of a.
Yeah, I think it's continuation, man.
It is well, it is continuation only because you're coming out of an uptrend, but the shape, the structure of this flag is not a healthy bull flag. A healthy bull flag comes down or goes to a point. This is not coming to a point because it's already breaking here. So if you were to draw it, if you were to draw a bull flag, you would go like this, right? A perfect bull flag looks like this, right? A bull flag looks like a pennant,
A wedge,
and it does look.
Yeah,
now when I draw it like that,
yeah,
it does look pretty damn good. Okay,
yeah,
so
they don't have to be perfect. Those are the good ones that aren't perfect.
It's kind of subtle though, and in that I am bullish on this. I'm just saying that you're already having a breakout here. I'm just saying the lean back structure here, this thing here, the lean back. That's what I'm talking about when I say the lean back. But dude, you're uptrend right here, continuation pattern, uptrend, probably going to break out and do a retest. If it's not going to be, if it's not going to keep running, it would be okay to retest around this zone here. Let me blow it up because I know it's probably small as hell. Let me move this here. Okay, so yeah, when you get a little closer on it, Wes, you can kind of see what I'm saying. And like I said, I'm a holder of this coin. I'm not wanting a down 10. I'm just saying that you have to be real when you're looking at some of this stuff here. So you're actually getting a more of a. It is a breakout. You're getting more of a symmetrical right there. Yeah, you already have a breakout right here. I can zoom in a little more so you can see it. Let me do that. Make it bigger so you can see.
Yeah, it's
so you're having the breakout. You're having a breakout, right? So if you're gonna have a retest, and you're about 70% of the way through that pattern too, which is typical for your breakout. So 70% of the way through a flag is when you typically break out or break down. So that's good to see. So you're having a little bit of a pump here. I wouldn't be surprised if you come down and back test this line. Zooming in a little closer, I do agree with Wes. It does look a little less. It does look a little healthier of a bull flag. It just, these movements here tend to scare me. Whenever I see it pulling back, leaning back in a I know I keep saying leaning back because there's no other way to describe it other than coiling up. When you see sometimes these bull flags that coil up too much, sometimes they end up leaning backwards and turning into a bear flag. And it happens a lot. So that's why I'm always cautious to call a bull flag. But you do have continuation pattern here. But you have gone straight the hell up. Let's be real. I mean, this thing has gone straight up. So let's keep things in perspective, you guys. I'm hodling anyway. So I'm not trading this damn thing. Yeah, I'm hodling and DCAing. So for me, I'm not trading anyway. I'm just saying that if I'm going to scoop back in, I would probably let it cool off. See if you get past this level here, which is at 0.0015. Maybe you get a little retest there of that level and you get a cool off and you come back down. I will zoom in one more time and draw this just for what I'm talking about. So your green candle's right here. So this is what I'm looking at. Let's say you go up here and form a slight double top, and then you cool off and bounce off of this level here. So what I would look is anywhere from, let's say, from here to here, which is at 0.0013. I would like to get another entry in around here. So I will probably be putting in a happy face right about here. So that would be my nerdy glasses on entry for my next entry into this coin. Now to the upside, if it says, well, Sierra, screw you, we're going to the moon. I'm not going to say that can't happen either, because this could also be a potential huge, and you can see I already have a blue line drawn here, okay, for a reason. Let's look at this potential, and I say potential cup and handle, but I would have to move this down like this, Wes. I would move it like this. I would see it kind of touches there. The handle is not the most beautiful looking thing on that level, because you have this huge cup, right? And then you have a tiny little handle right here, almost like an Adam and Eve pattern. But I'm not going to say it's an Adam and Eve. I would almost rather say take the giant cup and handle, which is up here. This is the giant cup and handle, right? You have this kind of V shape and then a cup, which I know it's not really a cup and handle because of this giant V here.
Nah,
but
dude, you gotta be
let's
objective.
let's say, just for instance, let's say this is a bowl and handle right here. Let's say
I'd
this
say it's cup
whole
and handle. They're
pattern.
not always gonna be perfect, man. They're
Yeah.
not always gonna be perfect. That's a cup and handle in my book. I
Let's
mean,
see.
you know,
Let's say it is.
yeah.
Let's say it's a good cup and handle. If you measure that bad boy, because we are in a bull run too, you guys. Even if we have a short-term correction, let's just take a healthy. We looked at the bear side, right? Let's look at the bull. Let's look at the bull side. I'll go right here. I won't even go to the bottom. I'll go right here to be conservative. Let's give that sucker a breakout target. And that's being conservative because I'm under the top of the bull. That's a move up here. So all of a sudden, your smart entry here with the potential to upside here would be a nice little gainer. You know, if you're looking to short-term trade it, let's just take that, see what that would be. That would be a 70% move right there on a fairly short time scale. Like I said, I'm more long-terming this bag. I'm not going to trade this. I'm just going to DCA, which is why I'm still looking for a nice entry down here. But what say you on that? Were you able to find a crypto Twitter USDC chart at all?
No.
Okay.
But I will say that I think that this coin, I mean, you can, you know, the TA and everything, you can look at swing points and, you know, where these points reacted the most at whenever we go there. I think that it's simple, man. I think they have a great community. They have a great name. They have a great product. You know, the guy, the founder, I've listened to him. They do it every single night, 10 o'clock. And I am super bullish on these guys. They're not going anywhere. The trust factor is super high. We are in an uptrend. I think we do continue to the upside. Let's break past that zone that you have marked out, Siri, on the chart there, which is about the 0.5 from that big move before. I'm pretty sure that's how we mapped it out. Let's push through that. I think that we continue up. I mean, we already got this big ass candle coming out of that little pennant right there. And now we're trying to retest the bottom of that. Let's push through there. Maybe we go sideways right there, but I think we do continue to the upside, break above that other one. And then, you know, we're looking at taking it back to that all-time high there if we can break past that second point. But yeah, I think this chart looks good. I like the community. I like the product. I mean, the concept is incredible. You know what I mean? So I'm bullish on it. I'll hold a big bag. I bought some the other day, listened to those guys. And yeah, I think that the fundamentals are great. Everything looks great, in my opinion.
Yeah, these guys are the epitome of why didn't I think of that? Crypto Twitter coin is the why didn't I think of that on every aspect. Well, the name. Let's go with the name, Crypto Twitter, the name. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. You could just park there and say, I should have created a Solana shitter called Crypto Twitter. But then they take it a step further, right? The name matches the meaning. Boom. They're on Twitter. They're active as hell on Twitter, and they're everything crypto and everything Twitter. So boom. So that's two fronts. Why didn't I think of that? And then the third super Chad is, why don't we commit and do something every single day so that our community has proof.
Commitment.
They have proof of commitment. They have proof of persistence. So that's the triple whammy of why didn't I think of that? It's even us, man. Crypto Remora. We think we're super Chads with our channel. You know, let's follow the whales, and we're Crypto Remora. And we even talked about launching a coin. But I gotta be honest, Wes. I gotta be honest with you. why didn't we think of that? Like, you know, if we were going to do a Remora coin, like, I don't know, just a genius idea. We're kind of living vicariously. Like you said, you bought a big bag of this. I'm kind of living vicariously through these guys now as like, it's like a coin. See how the coin does when you have some kind of commitment to doing a show or a spaces. Freaking incredible, man. It's just a great idea. What a fun name, what a fun thing, but also the content. If you really listen to the spaces and hear the people coming in and stuff and what they're talking about, it's actually incredible. And I like that they're teaching new people crypto without that rug mentality and stuff, because that's what I was kind of saying on their spaces. We need more positivity in about Twitter or X, because there's so much negative stuff and there's so many scams. We need more positive people on Twitter or crypto Twitter that actually aren't doing these, you know, scams and stuff like on Solana, because there's a lot of scams on Solana too. You got to be careful. But yeah, solid project, dude. Good team.
Yeah, I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you put me on it, dude. It's solid.
Well, that's, you know, I saw the Chief in there, bro. I saw Saunders in there. I pay attention, you know, I might not go into every spaces, but I read when I see Saunders is listening or Saunders is speaking or Saunders is doing something. I pay attention, dude. I follow the Colonel fairly closely with that. And I just saw him in there one night and I'm like, oh, let me pop in. And I caught the very tail end of his spaces. And then I came back and sort of lurked in the chat on the next one for a little bit. And then I was like, because it's very hard to get to even time to listen to spaces half the time with stuff going on. But I came into the last one and just made a couple comments because I genuinely wanted us to just do some TA on this chart. And then the guys reached out and I was like, that's cool as hell. So I'm glad. And Wes, we should seriously definitely go on to their show because we were invited. So I think we should do that. And likewise, we could bring them on ours, because it's as easy as sending you a link to our StreamYard. We can bring you on. Guests are very easy on our show now. They used to be, God knows, when we had Saunders on our podcast, dude, you guys just don't even know, bro. It took like 6 hours to put together some of these podcasts that we did in the beginning for you, because we were editing them and doing them piece by piece and emailing the audio and the video and shit. And thank God Wes found StreamYard, because, oh my God, it just made our life so much easier. So much easier.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we'll send an invite for that. You guys, the rest of the memes, Crypto Twitter's the only one up out of the whole watch list right now. Crypto Twitter's up on the 24 hours, up 8%. Everything else is bleeding in the red right now. Everything. Fred is even down below 6 cents. Moodang's at 37 cents. Again, these are great entries if you want to get into these coins. The Balkan Dwarf's having a nice pullback, down 10%. Let's look at the Ethereum coins. Yeah, even the Ethereum altcoins are not doing a whole hell of a lot, you guys. I mean, NPC's at 3.5. What else is new? Just come. This 3.5 level, bro, for NPC, just come the hell on, bro. Arbitrum tokens. Arbitrum is actually getting a little bit of a pump, dude. Vitalik AI and DMT are getting a nice little pump, 10-20%. GMX up around 37% because I sold that last week, so that's good to see.
Of course.
But yeah, dude, it's surprising to see. I think HyperLiquid is single-handedly saving Arbitrum's ass right now. I think HyperLiquid is definitely bringing the spotlight, and thank God, because between Boop and GMX and HyperLiquid and DMT, they're Camelot Grail, they're single-handedly holding up the Arbitrum ecosystem right now. It's like Arbitrum needs more to capture more market share, more market attention. I believe in the tech, but they need more attention, bro. And I think this HyperLiquid thing is a huge spotlight on Arb. I think it's a great thing for Arbitrum, dude.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be Arbitrum here soon. They need to something's got to give. So HyperEVM, I do want to go over some of these tokens in the project real fast, man. Just some of them that I'm looking at, and then like kind of my strategy real quick. It's not a hard strategy. It's very simple. But this, I mean, there is a lot of money flowing into this, guys. So let's look at it. So this is HyperLiquid. This is trading a DEX, right? It's decentralized exchange. The hype token just came out. They just airdropped all the users the hype token from the Genesis. Here's the thing, though. They did the 30% airdrop to their users. No VC money, no investors, no insiders. So they were able to drop 30% instead of 10% to their users. They dropped the 10 and then the 20% on top of that normally would go to the insiders and investors and VC money. They didn't have that. So what they did was they just, dude, they fed their community, man. They fed their community. And this is why hype is going up, dude. It came out at like $4. It's at $26, $27 right now, right? And everybody is saying, what the hell is hype doing? Like, why is it going up so fast? And I even heard another influencer say that, and I'll say his name, Ben Armstrong. You know, he came out, he's like, what the hell is HyperLiquid? HyperLiquid. I don't trust it. I don't like it. Stay the hell away from it. You're going to tell your users or your viewers to stay the hell away from something you don't even understand. That's first of all, that's
your boy.
Mistake.
Your boy said that?
That's a huge mistake. Yes, Ben Armstrong, that was a huge mistake to tell his viewers. And to not even know what it is, dude. You're not plugged in if you don't know what HyperLiquid is, right?
Right.
So what it is HyperLiquid. They're coming out with their HyperEVM. They're creating their own chain, and right now it's live. It's live. The L1 is live. That's all you're doing is you're transferring from Arbitrum to the HyperEVM, and you're just connecting to the DEX and using the HyperEVM. You're not even realizing you're using it. But it's about to go live. There's a lot of projects that are coming out, but just simply using the DEX and using any tools that you see that are on the HyperLiquid exchange, use it, because the next airdrop is going to be like 43%. 43% of supply is going to go to the community for the airdrop for their users. I mean, they're feeding their community, and this is what happens when you take care of your users. It didn't dump, dude. It didn't come out and freaking dump. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at this daily chart for this project.
So are my loss?
That's what happens when you take care of your users, dude.
Or my loss trade, because I missed the airdrop on this because I was late for the actual snapshot. I'm pretty sure, but for my most recent losses, do I get any credit for my most recent liquidations? Because I've had several.
Yeah, I mean,
liquidations.
If you've been using it, yes.
For this next,
if you've been using
around maybe
HyperEVM, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to eat nice, dude. Just keep using it, guys. If you haven't used it, we'll drop a referral or whatever, or just go on there and use it, man. Go on there and use it because they're feeding their community
a couple times on there. So it's like, it's not necessarily if you win the trade or lose the trade, as long as you're using it. So even if you're like Sierra and you get a couple of bloodbaths on your because you go too crazy with the leverage, which you shouldn't do. But, if that does happen, you're still getting credit towards the potential airdrop, which is cool. And you can trade every single thing.
So right now they have
trade, dude. You could trade peanut. They got so many freaking coins, dude. That's why I like HyperLiquid. It's awesome.
But this is where this is the alpha on HyperLiquid. Forget all the other tokens. Forget everything that's already out. Go here to click on a token. See, it says Hype USDC. Go here and then go to their spot. Just click on spot. These are all the tokens that are launching, and then click all. These are all the tokens that have launched on the HyperEVM on their chain, right? This is it. And just find ones with good volume. I mean, look at them all, dude. This is 24 hours. All of them are in the green, dude. And this has been going on for a couple of days. This one had a nice run. It's cooling off. Yeah, some of these are only a couple of days old. Some of these are, they launched today. You can find these by market cap. There's one right here, FEIT. I don't know what the hell it is. Click on it. You can do your research on it if you want. But this is what I'm doing, man. I'm finding ones with a low market cap that have a good name and that have good volume. And I'm just simply buying it, man. And there's some that I'm up, 20x on, dude, just from buying it. Drop is one that I got into. Let's see. Lick is one that I got into. not GPT. Gup, that's one I got into. Farm, that one's having a nice cool off. This one ran to like 3 million or some shit, dude. There's a lot of them on here, guys, and I would highly recommend, one, just using the spot trade to find these tokens, because one, they're moving, like they're mooning, right? They're coming on here and moonshotting. And two, to position yourself to get a nice airdrop when the HyperEVM goes live and they drop it.
It's almost like you can see the
so that's your plug, man. That's your alpha.
The HyperLiquid token logo is right there above the spot button, where Wes is basically saying is, you know, we've been through enough of these airdrops with D-apps and stuff. Wes has already put 2 and 2 and 2 together. It's like, this is one of those things you want to do. If you're trying to get the airdrop, let's say you're trying to farm for this airdrop, don't just ignore what he's telling you to do, because it looks like sometimes these apps give you hints, and that's like a breadcrumb, dude. If they put their little logo right there so it pops out of everything else spot, boom. It's almost like they're saying, hey, come over here and do this, because this is like, you know, they can't really tell you, hey, do this to get the airdrop. So what they'll do is they'll do shit like that. They'll put a logo there. They'll put something to capture your attention. And Wes is showing you that is, and Wes has been in HyperLiquid quite some time. So even way before I got into
over a year now.
But and that's from Prime Apes DAO, which is also an OG Arbitrum project, which is freaking amazing. But dude, this right here is a nice play, and I'm gonna probably mess around with it too, dude. I'm gonna go look at the spot trade. I have done some spot trading on it already a couple months ago, like 2 months ago. I did some spot, but I'm gonna revisit this for sure, because this looks like it's where the attention.
And what they're doing is, if you're playing around on the spot trading, the new tokens that come out, they're airdropping tokens to the people that are playing around on the spot trading, like 30% of the supply. So they're dropping you tokens as you're trading the spot trades, which I think is really, really, really cool, man. All that money is staying within the ecosystem. So smart, dude. None of this money, you wouldn't know how to do it unless you actually went on the exchange, deposited from Arbitrum, and played around. You wouldn't know how to do it. And a lot of people are like, well, how do you do it? How do you use it? What is it? I don't understand it. Well, I think they kind of did that on purpose, man. All that money is staying in the ecosystem. Unless you're really crypto savvy, man, you're not going to know how to really play around with this. But look, we'll show you how to do it, man. Reach out to us, ask questions. We like to help out. So if you're interested in doing this, reach out to Sierra, reach out to me. We'll plug it in, man, because this is a great opportunity here.
So I guess just to wrap it up, Wes, because I got to get going here in a second. Just to wrap it up, you guys, don't celebrate too early. Yes, we're happy that we're getting the rally. Yes, we're happy that your uncle, your aunt and uncle were wrong about Bitcoin and you were right. Holy shnikes, we're at 107. Okay, so
Let's go,
yes,
baby.
You were right. We're happy. Total global is only 56 billion dollars away from cracking $4 trillion market cap, which is that will technically be an all-time high for crypto ever. If you can see my chart here on the phone, you can see that is all-time highs, ladies and gentlemen, for total global market cap, which is every dollar in crypto. That is all-time high forever since crypto was invented. That is cool as shit to see. So almost $4 trillion in. Gold's market cap is above 10 trillion. So just to let you know, there's still only half the money that's in gold is in all of crypto, including Bitcoin, ETH, and all the alts together combined is still less than half of what is in gold. So if you say, well, we can't go higher. No, we could. We could go $5, $6, $7 trillion higher, no problem. And you say, well, where's all that money going to go? Is it going to come out of gold? No. I saw a chart the other day. It said there's $450 trillion worth of money out there in worldwide assets. 450 trillion in assets. When you think of that number, that's insane, bro. Now, that granted, that's everything across the entire earth, but still very impressive. I think we got rugged. I think Wes got rugged on there just a second ago. We'll give him a second to come back in. Thanks for Honest TA on CT. Great job, guys. Can I use part of the stream as a clip? Ryder, abso-freaking-lutely. We would love that. Wes and I both are not really good at doing clips, but we would love for you to do that. That would be cool as hell. And likewise, we are gonna get in your spaces more, and whoever we need to reach out to get on the podcast. You guys invited us over there. We would love to come on there, and also likewise have you guys on ours. So yeah, feel free to take any clips, Ryder. That would be awesome. And yeah, definitely bullish on the project. You guys, just to wrap it up, there's Wes. Just to wrap it up in a nice bow, we're at 107. Keep in mind what we said about the market makers, you guys. Keep in mind their dirty little tricks that they play. They want to get people to go leverage long too much, and then they'll wreck them. And we do kind of owe the market makers a 20 or 30% correction still. So let's keep focused, even though we're at 107 and we're going up. Keep your thinking caps on, stay sharp, and have a plan for either move. Have a plan if it keeps rolling, and have a plan if we have to come down.
Yep. That's it, man. Sorry, guys. I dropped off. I completely lost service. Did you close? Are we closing up?
Did you read Ryder's comment, Wes? He says he's going to make a clip. He's going to use part of our stream as a clip, and I said he's more than welcome to do that. That would be freaking great, man. Actually.
Absolutely.
We love that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Man.
I think that'll wrap it up for today, Wes.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys for being here. If you're not subscribed, make sure to go ahead and do so. Follow us on all socials at the Crypto Remora. Follow Siri at Siri Crypto, and myself at Crypto MacGyver. Thursday. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Much love. Till next time. Peace out. We need to time that with the drop, dude. That'd be dope.
Would. See, I'll just cut us out like this and then be like, psych, bring us back just for a minute.
All right, bro. I got to run, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, fellas.
Peace out.
We love you guys. We'll see you again Thursday. Thursday at 7. All right, Ryder, we hear you. Ted DS, got it.